All right, first and foremost, I want to say, all right, let's get this big, man. I'm not trying to smile for this, man. This ain't no joyous matter. I ain't rejoicing at anything. Just wanted to clear that up. So first and foremost, I want to say, call all Yahweh Shem Yashai. What I just said is all praises to the Father in the name of the Son. I also want to say Yahweh Shem Yashai Barakatah, mean the Most High in Christ bless, right? Um, so we see, man, right? Okay. My thing is kind of messed up. All right. So yeah, we see, right, what's going on, man. Charlie Kirk shot, right? Let's go here, man. Let's look at this, man. Right? It's trending, man. He might not make it, man. If you seen the video, which I'm not gonna show, hopefully in this thing, man. This dude ain't making it. It looked like it hit an artery in his throat, man. This dude got shot, man. Um, I wish I could do the what was said during the events leading up to him being shot, man. But I'm not going to do that. I want to keep this on. Make sure I ain't got no feedback, right? But in the events leading up to what happened to him, man, we see that the question that was asked, how do you feel about the shootings in America, right? Or the mass shootings in America, right? And he was like, and he said something first. Then the question was asked again, man. He says, is that including gang violence, right? Gang violence does not include mass shootings, man, right? Now his death, man, right? Or if he dies, man, that's gonna be included in a mass shooting, man, because it was done, or it might be included in a school shooting, man, right? Because this dude died on a school campus, man, right? And let's see the culprit, man. Let's see if we can pull him up, man. This dude, ugly as fuck, to be honest, man. But this dude, man, look, Michael. It says Michael Mallison, a registered Democrat in Utah. That's who shot him, man. Why would this dude shoot him, man? Right? It's very questionable, man, as to why that dude here, man, would shoot him, man. Right? So I'm gonna start with this, man. Right? Isaiah 3:10. Right? It says, say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with them, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings, man. Right? Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given him, man. So literally, Charlie Kirk, every time something about violence or whatever the case is, man, he's usually talking about how blacks this, blacks that, and when it involves crime, man, he usually using us as a talking point, man. I want to switch this up, right? Like we don't know that we do a lot of crime, man. We don't know that we got wrongs in our nation, man, right? But he used those per capita points, man, right? Let's see if we can find that, man, right? I'm trying to find some things to back up my claims, man, because he does often um, use these talking points, man, right? Let's see here, man.
Strong men built the West and won the wars and built the building that we're in right now. And without strong men, then you all of a sudden see civilization unfold upon itself, and we're seeing that happen in real time.
So basically, he basically gonna go on this.
Charlie Kirk is the founder and president of Turning Point.
Okay, so he basically gonna talk a bunch of this stuff in this. This is an hour. I'm not gonna go on that, man. But he got a lot of videos like this out here, man. Where he talks these points, man.
If your portfolio is over $250,000 and you aren't hedged, you are sitting on a ticking time bomb. Markets are at all-time highs, but history shows, you know what comes next. Volatility and increased risk. A 10% allocation to gold and silver can help hedge uncertainty and blacks. Linked to my viral contention videos that I had on Jubilee from a guy by the name of Garrison Hayes, I believe that's his name. And it's very linked to the first topic here. So Garrison Hayes says that I was wrong in a video where I said that 13% of the population, blacks, commit well over 50% of the crimes.
Now you gotta remember, this dude, he talk a lot of these talking points right here. I'm showing you that he making these talking points, right? Now you gotta remember the stats that he bringing up. He don't bring up the exoneration rates and also things along that nature, man. He just tells you the base number, man. Right? Black people make over 70% of the exonerated crimes, man. Right? So he can't be serious, but he's saying 13% of the population make up 50% of the crimes. That's actually not true, man. That's per capita, man. Right? If you go by the numbers, white people make up most of the crime, man. Right? Because they are the higher population rate, man. Right? If you remove or if you revoke a people from learning, reading, and educational advancements, man. Right, excuse me, Salakia. Right, if you deny a people these things, man, it's only the only result of that, man, is going to be violence, man. All we know is not having a father to teach a man how to control his emotions, right, and that has to do with the systems in place, man, like not CPS, but Section 8 housing and what else, man? Food stamps and so on and so forth, man. The men are in the house, man, because the system set up make our women feel like the system is for them and it's actually set up against them, man. Right? So the result of that is black women are raising emotional black men who are ultimately killing each other, man. Right? And this does not have an effect on the white neighborhoods, man. It's mostly affecting us, man. Right? But actually, I seen a video earlier today where he was talking about how he was how black people kill more white people than any other race, man. Right? And it's crazy, man, because the stats is there, man. Yes, it's a bunch of bad people in our nation, man. Right? We can't deny that, right? But he is using the stats that are inflated numbers, man, right? Because he doesn't take out the numbers with the exonerations and all this other stuff, man. And then 9 times out of 10, a lot of these crimes might be committed by people playing black, man, right? They might claim that some of these people are black and they have no black identity to them, man. Right? It could be they come from Africa and they get categorized as black. They come from all these other, well, I could say it, but these Caribbean islands, man, they might get categorized as black, man. But Charlie Kirk is a disingenuous person, man, because when we look at it, man, the numbers that he is presenting is not actual factual, man. He's going to use per capita. He's going to use things along those lines instead of giving you straight facts, man. Right?
And he says, wrong, 38% of America's prison population is black, and that's according to the U.S. government. Now, his response is statistically illiterate, and he talks about exonerations.
You see how he's denying that point about exonerations, though, man, right? You see the face that he made when he said exonerations, right? Let's get this out of here, man. Right, let's go back a little bit, right? He kind of went his face at the fact that exoneration rate is at 70%, huh?
His response is statistically illiterate.
He said that his response is statistically illiterate, but when you look at exonerations, that would take away from the number that they're giving you, man, right? Because if somebody has been charged of a crime but not convicted of a crime, that means that they did not commit that crime, man. On paper, right?
And he talks about exonerations.
Look at that face. He like, come on, man. That's what it is.
He goes to great.
And then he starts stuttering because he know exonerations cut up his whole ideology, man. Right?
Lengths to try to fight against the reality that black America commits way more crimes than the percentage of their population. And
that's not factual, man. Right? It is factual that we do commit a quite amount of crime, man. If we factor into exoneration, yes, it is still high. But he's not talking about the actual numbers, right? He's talking about per capita, man, right? If we go and we go into all black people that they include here in America, man, right? And we go all throughout the globe, man. We go per capita with their race compared to blacks in general, because they like to generalize us Africans as all one black people, man. Right? If we go according to Africa, man, and here we won't have that high of rate, man. It might be like a total of like 2% that we commit murders, man. But here in America, where all we know is crime and violence, man, right? That's all they teach us, man. They give it to us in our media. They give it to us in our institutions, man, right? We got a straight prison to or school to prison pipeline, man, right? But he wants to talk about things like this. You got to be aware of these things, man. Come on.
And it's an unnecessary rationalization. The fact that you have to rationalize it is an impediment to solving the problem. Play cut 3.
And these dudes never offer a solution, man. Right? His solution is to eradicate black people, man.
80. Black Americans are about 13 to 14% of the population.
Yes,
about half of all prisoners are black.
Wrong. Just 38% of America's prison population is black. That's according to the U.S. government. But it makes you wonder why Charlie feels the need to add an additional 12% to the black prison population. Could it be because his bigoted talking points only...
Now, to admit, man, he did say something about how blacks commit 58% of the crime or whatever. He's talking about the prison population. It's not necessarily comparable, man. But both talking points are incorrect, man. Right? Him here and Charlie Kirk, because black people don't commit 50% of the crimes, man. Right? That's per capita. Right? If you go by the numbers, white people commit way more crimes, man. By the numbers alone, man. Right? Now, if you're going to say murders, that might be a different account, man. But even with the exoneration of murders, man, it's not even the same, man. Right? Let's not even get into familicide and all this stuff like that, man, right? But let's keep on going.
If he exaggerates. If Charlie were actually looking for the race that makes up half the prison population in the U.S., he further than
I'm just
white people
gonna skip
at
it.
57%.
So blacks commit more crimes than whites do.
Wrong.
No, blacks absolutely commit more crimes than white people. Number one, do you know what per capita means, Harrison?
You heard it. That's what they're going to say every single time. Per capita. If you go by the numbers flat out, the numbers will show that white people have committed more crimes than we have, man. Right? This is Charlie Kirk, man. He always gonna say per capita because that is their talking points, man. Right? I'm just showing the facts, man. Right? Why would I mention this before he even says it, right? Because this is what racists do, man. Right? And as a black man who calls himself a Hebrew Israelite, man, they're going to say that I'm a racist, man. Right? Because I believe that God only chose the children of Israel, man. But this dude here, man, he literally has that hate in his heart for us, man. He don't have love for us in his heart. He wants to see us eradicated, man. Right? That's going to be his solution for black criminals, man. And actually, that's for all black people. He wants us all eradicated, man. That's why he always talking about us, man. Right? And then, I'm not going to try and give out too much information, but I was just having a discussion with somebody at work about this, man. And I had slipped with the tongue a little bit, man. I said he deserved it in front of two white people, man. Right? I said he deserved it, and that's a slip of the tongue on my part because I try not to bring my religion or my beliefs into the workplace. I'm gonna be honest, man. A lot of people at my job would never understand what kind of person I am outside of work, right? Because it's not a hatred for these people, man. I don't hate these people, right? As much as my religion would say that we gotta hate these people, man, I don't have that deep hatred in my heart for Esau, man. Right? But this dude has a deep hatred in their heart, man. Right? So what we get into, man, is that this man here is very hateful, man. And I was going into though, man, it slipped out my mouth that he deserved it, man, because he says things like this, man. He doesn't look at the numbers. He looks at per capita, man, which is not the numbers, man. That's okay, so per capita means the percentage of the capita basically means the population, man, for lack of better terms and my understanding, right? So that's the percentage of the population that commits this crime, man, right? So they're going to say by the numbers. So basically what they're saying is, okay, let's say we got 300,000 black people. there have been 100,000 murders in the black community. So that's 33% of the black people, 1 in 3 that commit crime, man. Right? That's what they would go with, man. And that's per capita, 33%, 1 in 3 people that are black going to commit a crime, man. But if you look at the numbers, the white men going to commit more crimes, man. Right? They the ones who doing more crime, man. Even if you go off of non-Hispanic whites, right, the numbers are still way higher than blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, man. Right? So that's what they going off of, man. And also you got to remember, man, that this dude, he is disingenuous, man. It ain't no real love there, man. It's very disingenuous, right?
Do you understand fractions? Or is it Garrison, whatever his name is? Garrison, Harrison, I don't know. So whites, which are 57% of the population, have a lower prison threshold than their allotment in the American population.
Now, we got to look at, that's why he mentioned exonerations, man, and wrongful convictions, man, right? We got so many blacks in prison. I got an example for in real life, man. My brother, man. Literally, the evidence proved him guilty, man. Right, but the court found him the evidence proved him not guilty, innocent of all charges, man. Right, and it was apparent, right? But then the court found him guilty, man. That's a false imprisonment, man. Right, and he is accounting for one of them, man. Think about how many black people that didn't have the proper representation that are facing life sentences or whatever the case is because they didn't have the proper representation, or that it might have been what is it called? Conspiracy, man. It might have been a conspiracy charge or something like that, man. Where states or cities or municipalities, man, they try and set somebody up, man. Right? Like planting drugs on the people, man. Right? Like doing all this stuff that they would do, like planting a gun on a suspect, man. Or saying, he's got a gun. Shoot him. Right? You feel me? Right? This he ain't taking into account that type of situation, man, which has no relation to this, man. But those are the things that go in account with us being arrested, man. Planting drugs, man. False evidence, man. Right? Tampering with evidence, man. All these different types of things, man. Because we need this nigga to go to jail, man. Right? We don't want this nigga on the streets, man. We got to do whatever we could do to get this nigga in the streets. He don't think like that, though, man. Right? We know the real reality. This dude don't know the reality, and that's why every time somebody asks him about mass shootings and anything like that, he got to bring up black people, man. Because if you bring up mass shootings, that means that you got to address the issues in your own community. You don't have to address the issues in your community if you deflect and put it all on black people, man. You don't have to address the issues, right? And that's why he got shot, man, because he wasn't trying to answer the questions. He wasn't being a genuine person, man. He is very disingenuous, man. And that's why I said he deserves it, man. Right? He got shot and he deserved it, man, because he is very disingenuous. Why would somebody ask you about mass shootings and then you say something about no, and then right after that you say something along the lines, well, what about gang violence? Pow! Right? You got the mic down and pow, right in the neck, artery burst, and then now it's shooting out your neck, man. Right? That's because you disingenuous and you deserved it, man. Right? I don't want to say I don't think he didn't deserve it, man. I hate to see something like that happen, man. Right? I'm not wishing death upon my worst enemy or anything like that, man. Right? But I do see that he deserved it, man. Right? He getting the fruit of his own doings, man. He every time somebody talk about things, he talk about something else. So now somebody was like, "Oh, you ain't gonna answer." Pow! You ain't gonna answer the questions. Pow! We gonna show you about these gun violence in America, man. We're going to show you about why you need to address the real situation. And now it's going to be the end of you, man. That you're going to eat your words, man. Somebody literally made him eat his words, man. And we can't say, oh, no, this was a black man that did the shooting. Oh, no, this was a minority that did the shooting, man. This was a white man, an elderly white man, probably around 62 years old or something like that. He had hair full of grays, man. And he was probably near his deathbed, man. Right, this dude that shot Charlie Kirk, man, he didn't have no motive behind it when it comes to the black community, man. Utah Democrats do not care about blacks, man. Right? If we go into let's go here, man. right? It's literally 37,772 black people in Utah, man. Right? Idaho is the last. Right? They might be the second to least amount of black people in their country, man. Right? It's 3,500,000 people in they country, man. Right? But the blacks make up 30. What was that? 30,000, 37,000, man. Right? So we can see, man. We ain't in there, man. We ain't really in Utah, man. Right? So if we're not in Utah, what provoked this man in Utah to shoot this dude? Right? That's I would have to be rough estimating this number, so don't quote it, man. But that's roughly about here, let's actually just go on it, man. Because if it is 3 million people in Utah, 37, that's 10% of the population is black, man. That means 1 out of every 10% of people, 10 people you run into, man, is a black man, right? And that actually number might not actually be correct, man, right? So it's 37,000 here in Utah, man, right? And then the next page we went to was 1 point, no, employee people, we're not looking for that. So 3.5, so that's about 10% of the population. It would be, this is 10%, so 37, yeah, man. So roughly a little bit more, maybe 11% of the population in Utah is black, man. Right? So we got to understand, right? When we go into that, what would provoke somebody to shoot this dude in Utah? Right? Makes no sense.
And whites count Hispanics as white too.
No, they don't. It's not. It's a different categorization for Hispanics, man. It's not Hispanic whites and it's Hispanic whites. It's a different categorization. So he's going off, man.
So whites plus Hispanics are actually lower than their threshold in the federal data. But let me dive deeper into this. So, let me play a second piece of tape here. Play cut 381.
What's painfully obvious is that Charlie Kirk isn't interested in understanding the statistics he so carelessly misquotes. He's interested in making bad faith arguments, something that becomes even more obvious in his next point.
Blacks are 13% of the population and they commit 58% of all the murders.
Wrong again, and loud this time. If Charlie were interested in honesty, he would have mentioned the other 1350 statistic. Yes, black people are about 13% of the population, but make up 53% of all criminal exoneration. And then
See, okay, I was wrong. It was 70 that I stated. It was 50% that he stated, man. So half of the crimes that we commit. So if we commit 58% of the crimes, right? Well, you can't even use that, right? All exonerations, we get half of those exonerations, man. So just amount with the 1350 is 1350. So if 13% of the population makes up 50% of the crime, man, we got 13% of the population that gets falsely accused 50% of the time, man. Right? So if yes, white people get falsely accused, Hispanic and Native and all them get falsely accused as well, man. But at a higher rate, blacks get falsely accused higher than whites, man. Higher than Hispanics, higher than Native Americans, man. So that's not a good argument, man. He's gonna use this argument, man. Right? He's gonna go and use this as a talking point, man. But the facts is there, man. He don't want to talk about the exonerations because that means that somebody is falsely planting evidence on somebody or falsely saying, oh yeah, to look at these evil people, man. Right? Look what they do, man. The numbers are inflated, man, and he's not reducing these numbers, man. Right?
People like you have the nerve to parade these stats around as though they prove something. The reality is that you probably know these stats, but you leave them out on purpose. Because to bring that stat into this conversation would make some people think. And that's the last thing a person like you wants.
All right, Garrison. By the way, you're welcome. We'll have a chat anytime. I'll explain to you what
he
per
can't
capita and what a fraction
So like he ain't gonna be doing no chatting no more.
means. You can understand that, Garrison.
And you hear how he's saying per capita, right? He's not talking about straight numbers, man. Yeah, of course, the per capita, we're going to say, okay, these people are undereducated. They have a lack of fathers in the homes, right? And then they don't have the proper resources to get ahead in life, right? They don't have generational wealth that they were able to pass down for generations upon generations. These people, they don't have this stuff, right? All they know is we want to be like them, right? We want to be like these old lollygolly loving people right here, man. This is what the black man look up to, man. Right? This is what the Hispanic man, or not the Hispanic, but this is what the black man try to aspire to be, man. Just like they oppressors, man. Cause this is what they taught us. This is what we know, man. We gotta work to get ahead, but not all of us have the opportunity to get ahead, man. Right? Some of us, we had caught charges at a young age, and now the felonies that some of us might have, man, right? And yes, we might have some felonies because we made mistakes at a young age, right? But the felonies we have, man, will result in us not getting a job, man. Black people don't have the same resources as a white man with a felony, man. Right? If a white man with a felony applies for a job, he is more likely to get that job than a black man with a felony, right? At a rate of 57%, I think that is, man. I think it was compared to black applicants that got the job at 14%, man. Right? So 14% of the applicants, that's 1 in 10 people that get a job, man. As opposed to 1 out of every 2 felons in America that are white that get a job, man. Right? Or at least got an interview. I might be misquoting it, but it's at least got an interview. Right? And they had in their application that they had got felonies, man. I don't know where that video was. I don't know where these numbers come from, but I remember it, man. Right? And I could be wrong with these numbers. Don't go off of what I'm saying, man. Look it up yourself, man. Right? Because it's not about bias anything, man. It's about what the truth is right here, man. Right? But let's continue on over here, man.
Exonerations are only a tiny share of total convictions. We literally have 2 million people in jail or in prison at any time, but the total number of exonerations is only a few thousand. If blacks are 55% of murder exonerations and also about 55% of murder convictions, that indicates that really they're getting convicted at the right rate. If they were wrongly convicted all the time, there'd be higher share of exonerations.
Now, this is disingenuous, right? It's as many times where people get convicted of crimes and then they sit in jail for 50 to 60 to not 70 years, because by that time they dead, man. But 50 years or 30 years, man, 20 years, 25 years, man, falsely accused. And yes, it's not just talking about murders. It could be about a bunch of other things, man. But I have a literal brother in prison right now that we know did not commit the crime. And we know, but because the evidence backs it up, man, right? But this dude is disingenuous, man, because he's not mentioning those type of things where people are sitting in jail and they haven't committed any crimes, man, right? He don't talk about that, man. Let's continue on this idiot, man.
38% of prisoners are black means they're also vastly overrepresented of all crimes. Also, 57% it lumps in white and Hispanics into all the white category. And finally, the key is this: so much of black crime goes without arrest and conviction and a prison sentence. Half of all Chicago murders are unsolved. If we actually arrested every single black criminal, it would go to 60 or 65%. And that's just the rough math of the...
Let's do the same with whites. Because whites usually get their crimes reduced to traffic or something along those lines. And they usually get probation. They don't get the same type of heinous punishments that blacks do. Let's not go with this dude and think the narrative is what it is, man. These white people get to walk scot-free. Look at the rapers. Look at the murderers. Look at all this stuff, man. The rapists especially, man. They usually get to walk free. Let's not go around this, man. And then also some of the murderers, right? They get to walk free with those, man. They get a slap on the wrist and get probation, man. Murder, right? I might not be right about that, but we see it, man. We see these dudes being able to walk free, and let's give a name in my city directly, man. Right? I might even gave away a little bit too much with my city with this, man. I'm not gonna do that now, man. But in my city, man, it's a serial rapist, man. If you could put 2 and 2 together, man, there's not too many serial rapists in the area that I usually mention in my video, man. Right? So you could put 2 and 2 together, and then this dude, he has to report to prison every weekend, man. I'm giving out too many details for you not to know who this is, man. Right? Every weekend he gets to do weekend sentences, man. Right? And he gets to go right back to his family afterwards, man. Right? This dude is not talking about that type of stuff, man. He only talking about who was in there, man, and who who don't have to who didn't get the opportunity or who didn't have the money to pay off their judges or pay off they basically their oppressors, man. Right? As much money you got is how much your time is gonna be, man. Or as light as your skin is how much time you're gonna be. 9 times out of 10, man, some police officers will let a person go free because it's a black person committing a crime somewhere else. Right? And the person that you letting go free, man, might be getting ready to go commit a murder, man. This happens quite often, man. Right? Or even how you look at they expect the white man to not be violent, man, and then the white man kills the police officer, right? Let's look at how many white men kill police officers, man. Let's look at these numbers, man. Right? But they don't look into that stuff, man. They look at just, oh yeah, black people are evil, man. That's what they want to point at, man. But this dude is disingenuous, man, because he don't talk about those type of things, man. Let's continue on, man. I'm getting sick of this, but hey, man.
The unsolved black-on-black crime in downtown Chicago because of anti-snitch culture and lack of policing.
So he says it's a lack of policing, man, but an anti-snitch culture. Why would you want to snitch in a place like that, right? You could go to jail if you call the police, man. You call the police and you end up dead, man, right? Look at wasn't Tamir Rice out of Chicago, man? Wasn't he 12 years old and had to died at the hand of a policeman, right? Why would they want to call the police and tell the police about things happening, man? Right? The anti-snitch culture is going to persist until we start seeing equal justice in the system, man. It won't stop, but there's no justice, right? But they are disingenuous. They don't believe this stuff, man, right? I think what it is I'm only getting feeding off my left side, man. But it is what it is, man. Right side. That's why my videos seem low.
And there is bad reporting and 911
You see who we got in this background here, man, right?
calls go unanswered.
And then he just mentioned how 911 calls go unanswered. What the fuck is he talking about?
There is bad reporting and 911 and lack of policing. In most dangerous cities, police are overwhelmed, and there is bad reporting and 911 calls go unanswered.
So why would we call the police if they don't report when we call them? And yeah, it's due to staffing issues or whatever, man. But if it's a murder, why wouldn't you report to the crime scene, man? Right? You might be able to get somebody to talk, but now you see this person die on your block, that person die on your block, that person die on your block. You called 3 times for 3 different people dying on your block, man. And now the police don't answer all 3 times, or they come after like 4 hours. You in your bed sleep, man, right? And you had tossing and turning because somebody was murdered in front of you, man, right? And then you call the police, and then they come and report to the crime scene 5 hours later, man, right? That's the type of things that he expects us to keep on calling the police for, man, right? That's the type of thing that he expects us to deal with, man, right? No, right? And then we got to take matters in our own hands. We got to strap up and be protecting ourselves because the police not going to come, right? You got to understand how stupid this sounds, man, right? If they don't report, right, then how can something be told? It's idiotic.
And the left, meanwhile, wants to pile up grievances and let criminals roam free. And yes,
and now he's talking about the left that's letting criminals roam free. How many blacks walk free? It's not blacks that's walking free. Right now, we're going to see the instance that happened in wherever it happened with the Ukrainian woman, which is absolutely sad, man. I ain't going to lie, man. Edom, Esau, whatever, man. It don't matter what nation it is. Even with him, man, getting shot. It's not a time to rejoice over somebody falling, man. Right? But what we are going to say, though, man, is that situation is terrible, man. And they literally exonerate that dude a bunch of times. And he had mental health issues. If they had a system in place for people with mental health issues, the thing would not have happened, man. But this is their system that they have going, man. Why are you complaining about your systems that are set up? Let me get this now, man. Right? Because I know that I wanted this, man. right? So we're gonna get this mark for 325 real quick, man. Right? Let's get it right. Them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? Right? It says, and this is literally, I don't mean to laugh, man. I'm trying to keep it straight, man. I'm not trying to be rejoicing, man, or none of that, man. But when we look at this, man, how can Satan cast out Satan? This dude, he literally shot his own type, man. He shot his own race. He shot his own people, man. Right? That's Satan casting out Satan, man. Right? Because what it is just talking about these people killing each other, or these people denying each other, or not agreeing, right? Can two walk together unless they be agreed, man? So this house, man. Okay, let's keep on going though. If a kingdom be divided against itself, Democrats and Republicans. That's literally what he's about. Is he's a Republican and he's against the Democrats and everybody else, man. Right? If you're not a white Democrats and Republican and everybody else, he don't care if you're a black Republican, none of that, man. Right? He don't care. Right? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand, man. Right? We seeing that this place is downfalling, man. It's not gonna see too many more days, man. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Right? If Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. Right? Yeah, he talks about his people all the time, man. But we really gotta see he wasn't gonna be able to stand too much longer, man. He's divided against his own people. Donald Trump too, man. All these other nations, all these politicians we seeing along lined up here, man. Same thing, man. Right? It's no different. Right?
There is a number right here that I was citing in 2019 FBI data. Interestingly, we haven't gotten the data in a while, but I know under Catch Patel we will. 51% of all murder arrests were black Americans.
He said 51% of murder arrest, 52% of robbery arrest, 28% of burglary arrest, 28.6% of motor vehicle theft arrest, 42.2% of prostitution arrest. That's actually probably accurate, man. Our men and women, we evil, man. But these numbers are just arrests, man. Not actually convictions or convictions or none of that. These are just arrests, man. Does that mean that we are committing these crimes, man? Right? You fit the description. We got to take you down to the station. That accounts for an arrest, man. If you are ever detained, that accounts for an arrest, man. Right? If they take your name and information, that accounts for an arrest, man. This dude is talking about arrest, not convictions right here, man. Right? But let's see what his point is about arrest instead of convictions, right?
15% of the population, 51% of all the murders.
So he just equated 13% of or 51% of murder arrest as 51% of all the murders. You see the disingenuous tone in this, man? Because if it was 50% of the arrest, then that would have been right. But he said 50% of all the murders. That's what he said, man. It's a lie, man. He is not being genuine, man. He is giving you false numbers, man. Right? It's plain.
And a sitting senator.
And that's why I mentioned arrest. Because I knew he was going to say not include that in his next sentiment, man. He didn't include that this was just arrest and not convictions, man. Because he needs the numbers to look good, man. Right? If we go by per capita, man. Right? Yeah, the numbers is the numbers, man. We can't deny per capita, right? But if we go by the base number, man, right? It's not as what it looks on the surface, man. Right? We're gonna see that, yes, we have a degenerate nation, man. Right? The blacks, we have a degenerate nation. Right? Us as Israelites, as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are trying to, as men of the Lord, we trying to fix this issue, man. That's why you see men like us who I'll say hate everybody, man. That's why y'all see men like us out on the block telling people to keep God's commandments, man. Because we want our people to turn from this stuff, man. We don't want our people to keep on being this, what they would call stain in our country, man. That's what they refer to us as sometimes, man. We want to see our people like Deuteronomy 6:5, man. Surely this nation is a wise and understanding people. That's what we want, man. right? We want all our people to come back to God, because if we come back to God, there won't be no more murders for our people, man. It won't be no more robberies for our people, man. It won't be no more raping for our people, man. It will be righteousness, man. But we don't know righteousness because they took it from us, man. They brought us over here on slave ships, man. They gave us this ideology, man. And you want to know where it first started, man? On a slave plantation with the natives and the blacks, man. Because blacks and natives, now they all native, man, right? Or now they all black, man, right? We get subcategorized as one person, man, or one type of people, man. But they was literally, and I have the book, the what is it? It might be the Black Indians, or it might be settlers of the early West. Yeah, I think it is. No, it's actually the book is named Negroes in the Early West. Right, that's gonna tell you about the things that happened during this time, but it goes into the crimes, man. It goes into not the crimes, but the killings, man. Right, I think that's actually in Black Indians, man. It talks about how blacks and natives, man, were put up against each other, man. Cowboys and Indians were blacks and natives, man. Right, so we seeing this type of thing all the time, man. And it was started during that time, man. We're not gonna say that it's not a issue. We're not going to say that we don't need to turn from it. We're not going to say that it's not wrong, right? But what we are going to say is that this ain't our doing, man. We were taught this type of way, man. We this is all we know, man. It's survival of the fittest in the streets, man, right? We don't have jobs because right now they discriminating against blacks with the job field, man, right? So we got to try and find ways to make money, man. And then you're going to take us to jail for trafficking and so on and so forth, man, right? And then even prostitution with our women, man, right? We trying to find a way out here, man. This is all we know is crime, man. If you don't give us a job, how are we supposed to live, man? Right? Let's continue on with this BS, man.
Applauded this nonsense. And we're not even bothering to mention random muggings. We're not even bothering to solve the carjackers. And they call me a racist. Just stop it. This is not 2016. This doesn't mean anything. I'm the only one actually fighting to make black neighborhoods safer.
You see what he just said, right? He's the only one fighting to make black neighborhoods safer. That's a lie, man. How is he making black neighborhoods safer? What is he doing to make black neighborhoods safer? By saying, yeah, y'all commit 50% of the crimes, right? What is he doing? We, as Israelites, the black men that go out there and teach the Bible, the black Hispanics and Native Americans, we the ones that's trying to go out there and make the neighborhood safer, man. When I see somebody like, okay, I haven't had a camp video that I recorded in a minute, man, but it was a few weeks back, man, right? And I was over here at the bus station that I usually be teaching at, man, right? And I was there, and a dude was ready to pull out a gun on a white man at that, man, right? And we was like, nah, man, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. And more specifically, somebody else who ain't a part of my organization was like, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Me, I was kind of just watching him like, man, this dude, he doing it again, man. Because we used to this dude doing the same thing, man. Right? But we prevented this dude from doing something stupid, man. Right? And it wasn't really me. It was the group as a collective, man. He was like, yo, man, just get out of here, man. You do this all the time. Get out of here, man. Right? Nobody's scared of that little 9 or little 22 you got in your waistband, right? That you never pull out, man. Right? So we do things about this, man. He's saying he's the only one that does it, man. If you don't know about the Israelites, we talk about keeping God's commandments. That will reduce all crime in a black community, right? That will reduce all crime. Any crimes that black people are convicted of will be reduced due to them keeping God's commandments. That's why we teach so heavily that the blacks have to go back to God. We have to come back to God and the faith in Jesus Christ, right? So that we could get out of here, man, right? So you don't get arrested, man. But pretty soon they're going to see that, oh, yeah, man, these people are actually getting closer to God, man. Now, what they're going to see after that is, okay, well, now we got to take out the Israelites, man. And that's going into this, right? That's going into this, where Trump said that he's going to, I put it on Twitter, man. Trump did, or I might even put it on Facebook, man. Trump did say something about eradicating anybody who opposes Christian doctrine. He's going to eradicate. So Trump is eradicating anybody who opposes Christian doctrine, which are men like me, right? Because we don't stand for Jesus love everybody, man. We don't stand for God loves everybody. We don't stand for that no nation is above another. We stand for God loves the Israelites, only the Israelites. God hates the so-called Edomites, man, and God only gonna save the children of Israel out of this place, which are the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's what we stand for, man. Right? So he's saying that he's the only person that's doing this. It's a damn lie, man. Literally, you could look at YoungBoy, man. NBA YoungBoy, even though his last show was kind of demonic, man, he got a movement called Stop the Violence. So if you're trying to do it, where's your movement to stop the violence? Are you being proactive in these communities to try and get people to stop the shooting and everything? Where's your tent set up in O Block to stop Chicago crimes, man? Go out there in the middle of the night and be like, look, guys, you gotta stop shooting each other. Like, why ain't he doing that, man? Right? Our people, we actually go out there. We actually put our feet on the line, man. We go on the front lines and we say something to our people, man. We risk our lives every time we go out there, man, trying to tell our people a better way, man. Right? This dude is a liar, man. He's a devil, man.
You peddling this garbage, Garrison Hayes or whatever your name is, you're siding with criminals. And Garrison Hayes cannot get past the irrefutable piece of information that Black America has almost a multiple effect on their proportion of the population versus the crimes that they commit. I'm
gonna be real. I'm gonna give you an instance, right? My whole life, I've never been affected by any type of crime, right? But once, right? And that was when somebody asked to use my phone, ran away, right? With my phone, stole my phone, right? That was it, right? That's it, right? I don't remember any other instance where I've been robbed, I've been done dirty, right? Except for another white dude when I was back in back in 2013, man, right? A white man robbed me at $250. I was trying to get a zip, man, right? $250 for the zip, and it actually wasn't that much. I think I was trying to get like a half ounce or something. It might have even been $100, right, or something along those lines. It was in 2013, right? Back when I was smoking, but when this dude, man, when this happened, man, when I was robbed of my phone, man, by my people, man, that was it, man, right? It don't happen that often, man. One time in my 30-something odd years, man, that I was affected by a crime by my own people, man, right? So he's saying it's affecting the black community. Nah, I really don't. It affects those who in that type of business, man. Those who have bad dealings, man. My uncles and aunts and all them that ain't got that type of dealings, man, they don't have to deal with that, right? So this is disingenuous, right? Because it's not always the case, man. It's when you involved with that type of activity, then you're gonna be led to that, right? But we see it so often because there's so many people who don't have an outlet. We don't have something to go to. Is he setting up an outlet? Is he giving them somewhere else to go to, man? Is he giving us jobs? What is he doing, right? He gonna say that he's the only one doing it, but what is he actually doing? Just calling out numbers that black people don't even understand, right? What is he doing, man? And yes, it's a low IQ, man. Right, it is. But that's because we are undereducated, right? The education system is disproportionately against the black Americans, man, right? So how do we fix these issues, man? He ain't fixing them. All he doing is going out there setting up a tent. Ask me anything. Ask me anything. Come on, man. High chin ass nigga, man. Come on, man. Right? Let's finish this bull crap off.
Until we can say that truth repeatedly, openly, and honestly, we will not solve the teenage crime issue in this country.
So, we're going to go to this right here, right? This is Jeremiah 17:10. It says, I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways, right? This man, all he has is his talking points about black crime, man, right? I personally don't see any other videos from this dude other than him talking about black people, man, and how wicked we are. I've even heard him say that we need to eradicate people, right? So he goes into this type of thing all the time. Well, guess who got eradicated, right? Guess who was affected by the same thing that he often talks about as a black issue, right? Now he is a victim of white on white violence, man. White on white gun violence, man. Right? Just like the black man, he is getting the fruit of his own doing, man, and the fruit of his own words, man. It ain't even the fruit of his own doing, man, because he wasn't a murderer, man. Right? He didn't kill nobody, man. But he did have to die for this, man. Talking about gangs when somebody's asking you about mass shootings, man, that ain't the question, man. Be real, right? But he can't be real. All he can think about is black people, man. And how can I turn this into a black issue, right? When the mass shootings is not a black issue. It was never a black issue, right? Yes, we have some black people who are accounted for mass shootings because multiple people get hit. I ain't gonna say that ain't the case, man. But the bulk of it happens at the hand of a white man, right? Every time we hear about mass shootings, it's usually a white dude, top shooter, right? In Orlando at the gay club, right? The Tennessee shooter in the church, man, right? And I can't even name all of the shootings. And then even in this year, man, we might have 2 black people that committed mass murders, man, but we have ultimately more white people that's committing mass shootings, man, right? So he is getting the fruit of his own doings, man. I would not be surprised if by the end of today, man, they say, yeah, he have succumbed to his injuries. Right? Let me get a look at this, man. Right? Let me get a look at this. And then I said this, man. Right? What did I say? I said something about Charlie Kirk got shot, LMAO, right? I said, hopefully he dies, LMAO, because I really don't care, right? But I was insensitive. I shouldn't have said that, right? Motherfucker so focused on us and got what he deserved, right? I should have just said, motherfucker so focused on us, he got what he deserved, right? And then this dude said, another violent black, shocker. I said, I'm violent, nice, news to me, right? And then he said, my brother Born Blue, he said, wasn't the shooter white? Right? And then the brother Christopher Miller 144K, man, he says, I know the white boy ain't talking. Your entire race of people has the most violent bloodshed, right? Bloodshed resume in history. You should be quiet, right? And he ain't say nothing else, right? It says that video was beautiful to watch. Might even save it to my phone. Right, and then of course, nobody in this thing said anything, right? I ain't going that far, man. And then the brother Gourmet Life T, he says I'm saving it for sure, and you can't be talking about my homie Charles, man. Right? Ben Yehuda, he joking though, man. Gourmet Life T said facts. Death T saw. Getting to watch our enemies die is a beautiful thing, man. I'm going through it, man. Right, and then brother Ben Yehuda says he's gone. He's out of here. I'm actually looking to see if he died, man. And it says here, man, Charlie Kirk fatally shot at Utah campus rally. And look at how they displayed this man, right? A good Samaritan, right? Died at the hand of his own people, man. We ain't saying no prayers. Everybody talking about J.D. Vance. Look at here, man. He says, say a prayer for Charlie Kirk, a generally good guy and a young father. He's no good guy, man. All his talking points was about black people, man. Right? Donald Trump Jr. says, Charlie Kirk is one of the finest humans I know, man. They literally praising this damn devil, man. Right? Everyone please lift him up and his family up in prayer, man. Right? And just so you know, I ain't saying nothing crazy, man. And they all asking for people to pray for this dude, man. Right? Why are we praying for somebody that was openly racist, man? And he said in his video, I'm not racist, man. Well, then why are all your talking points about black people, man? The Lord gave him the fruit of his doings. Now we got to add a little notch, a 0.1 for that white crime, man. That white gun violence, man. Them white murders, white on white murders, man. Right? He did it to himself, man. This is his own doings, man. You want to make your talking points about blacks and black crime, man. right? They asked you about mass shootings, right? Why was the talking point to go into gangs? Is that including gangs? Pow! Because you literally ate your words, man. Life and death is in the power. Man, let's get that, man. Right? Let's go here, man. Right? Proverbs 18:21. I need to remember that one, man. Right? It's Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21. It says, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof, man. He loved talking about black people, man. He loved talking about mass shootings and how he loved talking about black violence, man. Well, now he can't talk about it no more, man. He is eating the fruit of his own words, man. He eating the fruit of it, man. Right? Why would the Bible say death and life are the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit of thereof? He loved talking about it, man. Now, guess what? Well, they ask you about shootings. What do you got to say about mass shootings? Well, what about gang violence? Well, this white man just came and popped you in the neck, man. He ain't even got nothing to do with us, man. This dude, I don't know if he had a black wife, or none of that, man. But even having a black wife and black children, grandchildren, all that, man, it don't directly affect him because it ain't a matter for him, man. The Lord is obviously behind this, man. And you want to know why I say that, man? I'm just gonna get this, man. Right, and then for this to be shocking that I say something about this devil like this, man, for somebody at my job means that they not showing this side of Charlie Kirk to everybody, man. They only showing him this way to us, right? Because when I see that nigga every day, man, I don't be on Facebook and seeing him, man. But when I'm on Twitter and I'm seeing this dude, it's literally the same thing, man. Every single time, right? It ain't no different, right? My thing just turned down a little bit. I hope it ain't affected the quality, man. So why don't they see the same things we see, man? Because they want us to feel a type of way, man. They want us to be like, look, y'all evil, y'all wicked, man, right? And yes, we are evil, man. We are wicked, man, because we don't follow God's laws, man. And that's why we have men like me, men like my congregation, men like the brothers at Genesis, men like the brothers over at IUIC, men like the brothers at ISUBK. Yes, I'm naming them brothers too, man. Men like the brothers at GMS, man. HOI, BOW, man, Sons of Thunder, man, right? All these different organizations, man. Who was the one brother I just subscribed to? No Cap, right? Lions of Jeshurun, right? I'm naming all the Israelite camps, man, right? All our brothers, man, we put in that work to get our brothers to stop killing each other, man. You literally putting let me go big again, man. You literally putting the looking glass or the binocular, the telescope, and or the magnifying glass, and you magnifying things that we trying to get rid of, man. You put more light to things that we trying to get rid of, man. We trying to change, man. And he said that if you look at the numbers now, it's probably higher than what it used to be. I'm gonna say the contrary, man. The reason they stopped giving numbers to the public is because blacks realize that we gotta stop killing each other, man. In my city alone, man, right? Yeah, in my city alone, I'm just gonna say it, man. In my city alone, man, usually by this time of year, we got 7 deaths by gun violence, man. This year, I think it might have been 2 to 3, man, in the black community. I don't know about the other nations, man. But a couple of days ago, man, somebody was shot, man. I think it was yesterday, right? It might have been Monday. Right? Somebody was shot. Right? And I think he succumbed to his injuries, man. That's the second murder that we had this year, if I'm not mistaken. Or if worse, it might be the third or fourth. Right? Everybody just dying at the hand of natural causes, man. Or sickness, man. Right? So we gotta understand, man. Our people are going through a spiritual change, man. Even the thugs, man. Even the gangsters, man. Right? We going through spiritual awakenings, man. Right, I see it in my direct family, man. Brothers, right? Cousins, right? They leaving the streets alone and they trying to live a better life, man. Right? this is what we see on a day-to-day basis, but he don't live our experiences, man. He don't know that our people don't want to be out here in the streets and don't want to be doing what they doing, man. But this is sometimes that's the only result that the only solution we have is to go back to the streets, man. Where you go and apply for jobs and you try and do good at a job, man, and then they fire you, man. And all you got to do is go back to the streets, man. Right? Now instead of going back to the streets, we finding alternative routes, man. But they don't see that type of thing. And he said those statistics that he had was from 2019 when they was last reported, man. 2019, 2020, and 2021 is going to be the worst crime for black people because we had nothing better to do, man. We had too much money. We was getting sticks. We was getting all this stuff, man. We was trying to run up the bag at that time. So yes, man. But after that, when the money started running out, man, we tried to figure something out, man. Oh, we could get this type of money real time, man. Right? And then we like, how do we get this money without robbing and stuff, man? The ideology of just being out on the block all day has dwindled, man. Right? Because even if you ride through the neighborhoods during the daytime, man, now you don't see as many thugs and hoodlums just roaming the streets anymore, man. It's not out there, man. Right? So they don't understand what we see in real time, man. They just understand what they see via numbers, and that's in 2019, man. You don't understand that it's a mass awakening, and within the last year, man. Oh, how many millions of people are black in America, man? Let's go here, right? So we got, okay, so in 2023, it's 41.31 million, right? This 1.31 is probably how many we got of Israelites, man. And this number is drastically increasing as the days go on, man. I literally doubled my people or amount of camp members in the past 30 days, man. Right? I literally doubled. I went from 3 to 6, and I got right now. I can't definitively say that I have 6, right? But I got 3 people in a course of being vetted, man. Right? And that's more than I ever had at one time, man. Right? So I got 2 in Niagara Falls, 1 in Buffalo. Now I got 3 people in Niagara Falls that just trying to learn, I actually got 2 people in Niagara Falls and then somebody out in Texas. So that means that we waking up, right? This number is increasing by the day, man. And if you got blacks in America, this number probably gonna go up to if it's 41.31 million blacks in America, that number is gonna go from 1 million to a third of that, which is probably gonna be roughly what? Not 15, but like 13, maybe 12 and a half million going to become Israelites, man. Right? In America, man. So, what are we getting at, man? What is the point of this video, man? Right? I didn't even share that here, man. This is where I'm getting my information from, Google. Right? What am I getting at, man? Right? Charlie Kirk, this video, in a time when I started the video to the end of the video, Charlie Kirk went from being shot to dead, right? Let's get this big again. Charlie Kirk went from shot to dead, fatally, man, right? We knew it wasn't going to be him lasting through that, man. He couldn't have survived that. He ain't no real fighter like the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Yes, I went there, right? He ain't no real fighter, right? He's a hypocrite, man. Because when somebody asks you about shootings, you became the victim of something that you wasn't willing to answer the question give the answer to, man. So they asked you about something specific, and then you became the victim because you deflected, right? So this Proverbs 18 and 21 again. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. You see how before I got this precept before I looked up if Charlie Kirk died, man. Right? I looked up if Charlie Kirk died after I read this, man, because I knew, right? I had to look it up, man. The Spirit just told me, look it up, man. And you know what? I asked the Lord for a lesson this morning, right? Or actually around lunchtime, man. Around lunchtime, I said, I got to go home and do a lesson before I do anything else. Lord, give me a lesson. I was going to go into something, man. Right? Oh, Orthodox. Because how is Orthodox got the authority over the Bible? That's actually what I was going to go into, man. Well, Give me 1 second, Salakia. And you see, yesterday, man, or Monday, man, I want to make this point, man. Monday in my video, man, it was Bible Thumper USA in my comments talking about the Book of Enoch. I do not believe that that dude is a brother. I was referring to him as a brother because I didn't know that was him in the video, man. That dude needs to get off of my videos, stop commenting, hop off my dick, right? I don't care about that damn Edomite who believes that the Saxons, right, are the white men and that they are Israelites, right? That they the Israelites. No, I don't believe that, man. I don't fuck with that nigga either, man. He could go to hell for all I care, man. Bible Thumper USA, you could die, right? Just like Charlie Kirk. Straight like that, right? And I'm not wishing death on him, but it could happen, man. If he dies, I won't care, right? Die, right? I'm going to pray the same fate for him that I pray for David Nacho Man Jr. too, man, right? Fuck the heathen, man, right? It ain't no hate in my heart, man. I'm telling you, I don't hate these people, but they be driving me to the point where I just got to say some things that I feel, man. You could die, and I won't sweat. I won't cry. I won't shed a tear, man, right? I might actually take a shot at the death, man. Actually, we're going to take a shot for Charlie Kirk, man. Because we ain't pouring out nothing. We ain't letting nothing spill for Charlie Kirk, man. He ain't a fallen soldier, man. We taking a shot that we ain't got to hear his annoying ass voice talk about black statistics no more, man. Take a shot for that, man. Right? And he took a shot in the neck, right? Because all he want to do is talk about black people and how he believe we so evil, man. Well, take that shot to the grave, nigga, right? It's exactly like that, man. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. Straight like that. So with that, I want to say shalom, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahshua, Barakatah, EJ, till we see the day. Kwam Yahshua. We got next, man. Our time is almost here. Don't give up. Stay in the fight, man, because we never know when our time is up. This might start race wars. This might start all different types of things, but you got to understand. They should have had a black man shoot him if they wanted race wars to be started, man. That had nothing to do with us. We didn't cause this man to shoot him, man. Right? So we got a little bit longer before this start, man. Hopefully this don't start the race wars, man. But if it do, that means we getting closer to the end, man. Right? I already said my conclusion, man. But I just wanted to make this last little piece known, man. Right? We don't care about it. We ain't gonna rejoice in his death, man. Like some of the brothers, they're gonna rejoice in it, man, because they know they don't care, man. They in the enemy's falling, man. They don't care. They want to see him dead, man. They want to dance in their blood, man. That's what our brothers want to do, man. But I'm not rejoicing in it, man. Right? Hopefully, things work out for his family, man. Right? He had bread. His wife, his children, they're gonna be good. Right? He probably had millions and billions of dollars of life insurance policies set up for himself. He probably has a crazy stock portfolio. His family will be good, right, until our Lord return, man, right, or until they die, man, right. And I ain't wishing death upon his family or nothing like that, man. But I am saying he had to go, man. He had to go, right. It ain't no other way around it, man. He did what he did. He got what he wanted, man. Because when somebody asked him about it, he brought up a whole nother point, man, right? Death and life are in the power of the tongue, man. He got what he wanted, man. I'm going to say it one more time. With that, I want to say shalom. Yahweh, Shemel, Shabbat, EJ, till we see today. Kwame, what we got next?